Hey guys, this is Kent from the Games Den. Today I'm reviewing Mxgp 2019, the official motocross video game. The great news this time around is you get to live the experience of the current Mxgp World Championship for the very first time in the entire series. All of 2019's season's official riders, bikes, teams of the Mxgp and the MX2 are ready to challenge you in official events all over the world. Now you can see from the video, one of the first things you're going to want to do is pick yourself a character. You get to pick the face and everything, and obviously here I am naming my rider, Hammer. Obviously you get to pick a number. Some of the numbers are already taken, and I think some you can unlock by winning different things later on in the game. And obviously you get to pick all your rider gear, so your helmet, your suit, your gloves, the boots. So yeah, just pick your favourite number like I have here and you'll be all good to go. Next thing you got to do is pick yourself a bike. There's quite a few to choose from at the start. And then it's a choice of either a sponsor, so you sign with a sponsor and they'll like give you payments for completing certain tasks, or sign in with a team. So there's also an achievement related to this, just a little heads up. If you stay with the same team for the whole season, like you don't switch at all when you get a better offer, then there's an achievement or a trophy attached to that. Next thing you got to do for the race, you can see here, you can pick the length of the race, so you can do qualifying, pre-qualifying, and then a couple of races, or you can just do qualifying and a race, or just a race. And then you get to pick the difficulty. I went with medium to start with. I was actually quite unlucky in my first race. You can see here it was actually pouring with rain. Another cool thing is you get to adjust the accelerator response, whether you want to be aggressive, smooth or normal. Same with the brake response, so like you get to adjust that and select what way you want to do it. Overall it feels like you've got more control on this year's game, like the depth of the settings and everything. As you can see, I've got the accelerator mapping here. You can basically go for as little or as much detail as you want. So me, I'm not going to bother checking everything out, but some things I might go for. I might change the gearing or whatever. Here you can either adjust the wheelbase, so you're basically adjusting the length of your bike if you want it like shorter and more responsive, or like something in between. I just went with the intermediate, or like something like almost like longer framed, so hopefully it'll be like more stable but probably not as good in the corners. You can save your settings here. Because I didn't do qualifying, you're always going to get the outside run. If you do qualifying, you get to pick your spot depending on how well you do. So if you finish first, you obviously get to pick the inside spot that you might want. Right, let's have a look at the first race. I actually had to mute some of this. If you're wondering why there isn't the race noise, it's because I've had problems recently with copyright strikes on the channel for like in-game noise and in-game sounds. I haven't taken any risks with this video, because basically if you get a copyright strike, you're absolutely done. So I added my own copyright-free music, a bit of almost like Stranger Things type action, this particular soundtrack. I think medium is probably like quite a good difficulty level for me. You see here, this race took about, I mean I went for the quickest option, it takes about 7 minutes. You'll see like we're 2 minutes in now. One cool thing about it is, compared to previous versions, it's easier to stay on the bike. I feel like they've tweaked that a bit. It's a bit more realistic, because when you used to get caught in the pack, I felt like you'd get taken off and the AI would just carry on going. Feels like it's a bit more robust this time. Jumping, like whips and stuff, I found it sort of slightly more difficult to do those, but it's almost like you don't have time. Here you go, you can see this is coming to the end of this right now. I'm actually in 4th out of 22nd, and this was one of my first races. I recorded this a week ago because I've actually had the game for like, well, by the time this comes out and you're watching this, I'll have had the game for 2 weeks already. Here we go, boom, and then it will finish. Now, a lot of the game this time, it's almost like an RPG element where you're leveling up as you go. Obviously, it depends on the difficulty you've set, but like if you get a whole shot, you get like 10,000 credits for that, 30,000 for winning a race. If you move the difficulty up higher, I've had 50,000 for winning a race and a whole shot. And then the game's got rewinds in it. If you don't use a rewind, you get more credits at the end of the race. So there's a real lot of stuff in there. It really promotes like good riding. The better you do, the more you're going to get, which I think is a cool feature. And I think one of the final trophies or achievements in the game is to get up to level 100, and also you unlock gear and stuff along the way. So when I hit level 10, I unlocked a pair of boots that you can't normally buy, and then every 10 levels you're going to unlock more stuff. So that's like just another little mechanic to keep you going. Right, here I think I'm on the this is the playground area, which is like free roam. If you look at this, you drive onto this little hub here, and it's for a dexterity challenge, and there's all these different challenges. So there's 5 different levels that you have to go through, getting increasingly more difficult. You can see I've done the first 3. This is the level 1, the first one, so this is the absolute easiest one. If you have a look at this, I'm actually going to make another video where I'm going to show all of these trials in much more detail, and you'll see me crashing and failing and stuff like that, so do come back and check out the other videos. That was a simple one, downhill, take your time, you get through it. And yeah, there's another video on the channel showing all the bike and rider customization, so every single thing. It's like an hour long, so you can go through it. I literally show you everything. It's without doubt the most comprehensive collection on all of YouTube. I spent ages doing that for you guys, so I hope you appreciate that video as well. This was the second one. It was pretty cool. I actually did this in one. It's got a jump in there. If you miss one gate, you've had it. You can't go back and get it. There won't be enough time. So it's definitely a case of like learning them. So I took my time here because I had to go up. The pink gates are worth more points. The narrower it is, the more points it's worth, basically. Missed one there. And if you look, it kind of bends around again. The terrain can trip you up as well, I find. So I went through the water there, and like there's a few rocks and trees and logs and stuff. I was punching the air when I got that one, I can tell you. There you go, you completed the challenge. Overall, it's a fantastic game this year. Honestly, I haven't been able to put it down. I obviously haven't done the multiplayer yet. There's no achievements or trophies associated with the multiplayer, just uploading some tracks and downloading some tracks, that's all. So it's up to you if you want to do the multiplayer or not. And then, like I said, the playground, there's tons of stuff there, 3 different layouts, plus all the open sections, plus all the trials. And then the career, obviously you got the MX2, and then when you win that and qualify for the Mxgp, all the official riders, and obviously you'll be taking your own rider through the career. You can upgrade your bike if you don't sign with a team. If you just sign with a sponsor, you get to upgrade your bike as you go along, which is what I've done. Everything's there. The handling is absolutely sweet, which is obviously the most important thing in any racing game. Overall, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. If they'd have just improved the graphics a bit this year, maybe I'd have given it a 9.